This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Brooklyn Rob, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, good morning, everyone. Everyone wants Fangio, but his old school dictator mentality might not mesh with the culture of McDaniel is installing. Should we be looking for a DC more in line with McDaniel's mentality? You know, Rob, that's a great question because you are correct. Fangio is an old style coach, not going to take a lot of shit. But I hear that McDaniel behind the scenes does his share of ripping too, that he does get frustrated at times. Okay. Now, it's not going to be nearly as bad as probably Fangio or Jimmy Johnson or Don Shula or anything like that. But I think you got to try to get the best coach possible. And if Fangio is the best coach, which he should be the best coach possible, I mean, how much more proven of a defensive coordinator do you need? You don't. If you haven't, listen, that's the thing about all of this. Okay. We can argue about Josh Boyer all you want. Okay. But his defense, as injury riddled as it was, I still don't think did a bad job. It gave that his team every week an opportunity to win. But if you're going to get rid of a young coach who might get better and better for another young coach that you hope is an upgrade, you know, that's where you're taking kind of a risk already as it is. But if you're going after a Fangio, if you're going after a Lovie Smith, holy crap, dude, come on. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And you have to go after something like that, Brooklyn Rob. Even if they're, as long as the characters don't clash behind the scenes as coaches. But if philosophically Fangio and McDaniel do meet eye to eye, then he's going to allow Fangio to do his thing on his side of the football. You understand? And he can still be himself. And I'm talking about McDaniel. I think it's something that can work. I really do. Now, again, this guy has so many options. I don't know if Miami really is his top option. It's really finding out what the hell is going on with Sean Payton. And does he have a job? Because Houston apparently is trying to nail down a job with somebody, and they've had several interviews, and a couple of the guys have gone, I think, a second and third times now. They're going for interviews. That's already pretty deep into the process. You know, once they bring you back for a second or third interview, I don't care what business we're talking about. They like you. They like something about you. They're serious. They don't bring you back a second time or even a third time if they're not really contemplating on hiring you, that you're right there with whoever else is the candidate. So Houston's getting kind of close, right? I don't think Denver really is the destination. I don't see this guy coming out of retirement to then pick up a headache. And he has a broken locker room and he has to fix that and all that kind of stuff. That's a pain in the ass. I don't know what Fangio's options are, but I'll tell you, Brooklyn Rob, if you have an opportunity to hire a guy like that, you hire that guy. Just like I would, Lovie Smith seems like the kind of guy that would go good with Mike McDaniel, right? Because he's kind of like a cigar store mannequin. He's kind of, a cool customer the way he coaches, kind of like Tony Dungy. You know what I mean? So maybe what you're talking about, a Lovie Smith might fit. By the way, personally for me, I would, for a lack of a better term, love Lovie Smith for the Miami Dolphins. I think he would be a fantastic defensive coordinator. Perfect defensive coordinator for the Dolphins. I don't know where they're going to go, but we'll see.
is the Big O Show.